Hi, I'm Kathy Koehler, one of the library media specialists at Little Rock Southwest Magnet High School. I want to talk today for just a second about some books that you might not be aware we have, but it kind of goes along with, in my mind, why do people do things? Have you ever wondered why people take chances or risk? Or have you ever been interested in doing something like caving or rock climbing? Those aren't things people normally think about doing. Seems to me you have to have a pretty unique drive to want to do these things, because you've got to be pretty strong and you've got to be pretty brave to go into get up high, in my case, not going to happen, or caving. Now, I have been in some caves in Kentucky and it is pretty impressive, but I'm not really, they call them splunkers. I'm not a splunker. But when you talk about people taking risk, the ultimate risk is to go to climb Mount Everest. And there's been a lot of debate lately, the last few years, about how you climb it. Do you do it on your own or do you do it with oxygen? But we have some great books about climbing Mount Everest, including my personal favorite of all time nonfiction book, Into Thin Air, located in the 796.52s. Now, some of you may have heard of Jon Krakauer before, because he wrote a book that became a movie that's very famous called Into the Wild. And it's about a young man named Christopher McCandless who graduated from Georgia Tech, smart as a whip, and then sold his car, took all the money he had, hitchhiked and did some stuff across America, got to Alaska, started living in a school bus, and eventually something tragic happened. This is a very, very engaging read. Krakauer writes like fiction, and that's the best nonfiction is written like fiction. It's easy to read, tells a great story. Would highly recommend these. And I'm going to close with someone you may already know from fiction. If you remember, we've talked in the past about the book Hatchet by Gary Paulsen. This is actually Gary Paulsen telling a true story about his life. And he tells about how he's done a dog sled, how he has almost frozen to death in a disaster, how he has done the Alaskan mountain range, the Iditarod. He's a pretty brave guy. He passed away sadly just last year, but he is a remarkable person. Again, this is a great book if you like adventure. It's true. He's an excellent writer, and we cannot recommend enough that you look into, if you're interested in trying or learning about things that might be off the beaten path and be a little bit of a challenge. These are the books that are going to lead you there. So if you're interested in knowing more about mountain climbing, rock climbing, caving, we have the books for you. It's a great day to be a Gryphon.